Alright, it's Tuesday. I'm back. Logan did a bunch of work for me while I was gone, which was awesome. He did some work on the little flying sub for the Seaview. He's out detailing this thing right now, adding some paint to all the little details and greeblies on the Seaview. I'm debating whether to try and paint those little limber holes black. Sometimes it turns out to be more of a hassle for what it's worth, but at any rate, we're going to give it a try. Periscope module is completely shot on this thing. It's not working at all. So I've got a new one ordered from Angle. Hopefully that'll be showing up soon. Got another T-Max board coming for this, so that'll be good. Jason just showed up. He has to build a bigger motor for cylinder for Ohio, so we're going to use this. So we got lots of stuff going on. Alright, so I talked to you guys before about how the ballast system wasn't working. I've extracted the old T-Max board. It looks like this got flooded at one time, I'm going to guess. So if you, well, you're not going to be able to see this, but if you look at the pins on here, there's some corrosion around the bases of it, and especially around that microprocessor in there. So I'm going to take some isopropyl alcohol and scrub the snot out of it and hook it back up. And we're going to see if it works. In my experience, sometimes when you got corrosion across the pins, that alcohol will clear off without damaging the board, and can bring it back to life. So we're going to give that a try and see what happens. Chugging along, extended some wires for the receiver. We're going to mount the receiver for the Typhoon to the cap here because it has 3 antennas that come up. 2 2.4 gigahertz antennas and 1 900 megahertz antenna. And I want to keep those above the water line. And also the 900 megahertz antenna needs to be vertical. So that's the idea. We're going to put it in there, keep it all optimized. We painted it so it's not that ugly chipped orange color anymore. And we're getting ready to paint this. But discovered a fun little challenge. This is a dry hull. This is where all the water adverse things live inside the boat. It's all dry inside, and then this is all wet outside. This is fused permanently to the hull, and you can see the per Angle instructions. There's like a bead of thickened fiberglass that goes around the perimeter of the whole thing. The issue I spotted is right here. So if I pull on that, you can see it crack. There's no way that this thing is waterproof. So we're going to mix up some more epoxy, pull it back, dip it in, let it goop, get it back, get it set, and then that at least will be done. I have a hunch all these seals are going to need to get redone. Although this feels really pliable. I don't know. We'll see. One thing at a time. We're going to get some paint on here and make it look super awesome. Oh yeah, baby. Check this out. Much better. Looking good now. So, continue some work on installing the receiver into the lid tomorrow. Hopefully this isn't going to show up until next week, I don't think. It's like 5 or 6 days, the replacement board. I cleaned this out, and it's doing the same thing. Basically, as soon as I plug any of the receiver leads in, it immediately shorts out the whole system. So, not super cool. Hopefully the new board takes care of that. But everything else seems to be working except the periscopes, which, again, we need a new module for that as well. Coming along. I'll get this thing off. I'm going to play with Seaview over there, and we'll wrap up the day. Well, happy Wednesday, everyone. Had some pretty good progress here yet today. 8:30 in the morning. Got the receiver mounted to the lid of the unit there. These are all extended, so they got lots of room. These are the tandem antennas. So this is a dual frequency boat. 2.4 gigahertz on the surface, which means you could literally take this thing out to like the other end of a lake and you would still have great telemetry and communication with the boat. When the boat dives, that's when the 900 automatically switches over, and that is the 900 megahertz antenna. Pops up here, you want vertical alignment because the direction of the transmission is this way, like a donut, and you want that to be horizontal and not vertical. So that's been mounted up. It's going to fit in the sail of the boat. So the 900 megahertz antenna is not even going to get under the water until the boat is at least decks awash. What we are working on right now is a brand new 6 volt, 10.2 amp hour nickel metal hydride battery pack. And that should fit perfectly in the existing spot for here, which used to be an old sealed lead acid battery per angle. So this is probably going to, I'm guessing, triple the battery that this thing would have originally come with. So 6 volt, 10.2, there's 2 6 volt battery packs of 5.1 amp hour capacity wired together in parallel for 6 volt, 10.2. So we're splicing all that together, have a power connection in there, and cleaning up some wiring and such. Waiting on the new T-Max board, which won't be here till probably early next week, which is super sucky, but whatever. And then I got to figure out this periscope thing. I would love to see if I could just rig up a standard electronic speed controller rather than this relay that's got going on in there. I might have to do a bit of research and see how I can do that. I know I could do it with a dual pole, dual throw switch. Well, we're not going to mess around with that, but anyhow, we're going to do that, and then we're going to be dropping this in the water now that we got the leaks addressed, and knock out finishing up the Type 7 trimming. And that's going to go out. Got some highlighting going on. Highlighted some panels with the, well, panel highlighter, I guess you could say. Put a cool official submarine green conning tower color in there. The rudders have been installed. So basically we are on to the stand. And we are working on flying sub. We got 1 coat of paint on there. We're going to throw another coat of paint on there. And Logan also got the little, I don't know where they went, the little diving bell and the little speedster mini sub dealy. So, lots going on. Gonna keep plugging away. Alright, good stuff. It's lunchtime. Logan's having some lunch, and I'm doing some more stuff in the shop here. Seaview's getting close. Flying sub's getting close. We got our little, I don't know what you call this one, mini sub, I guess. And a little diving bell over here. Logan did a great job painting that. Looks really good. I just spent the last couple minutes finishing up the Superstand. So let's take a look at this thing. So again, all aluminum construction, fully adjustable support arms. At this point, and this point. We got nice little foam bumpers there, so that nothing hurts the model. And what I just finished doing is adding these little skids on here. And what that does is it'll even out the stand when it is in the retracted position. And I haven't actually tried it yet. So let me set this up here. Let's see how this works. That looks solid. I'm pretty happy with that. I think it turned out really good. Little stiff to fold in the legs. I gotta flip it over and like move them just because it's brand new. I think I've only folded it once, so. But I think that's gonna work really good. Certainly beats picking up and hauling an 80-pound submarine 1/4 of a mile from the parking lot to the pond. So, end of the day. We never did get to finishing trimming the Type 7. We got carried away with some other stuff. But we busted out a new project because Seaview is almost done. So that'll be out of the way. The Type 7 is going to be done here right away soon as well. Waiting on stuff for Typhoon, which means bench is open, got to keep going. So, breaking out a static build. 177th Disney Nautilus with functional prop, and this isn't RC, it's just display. Salon interior, LED lights, all sorts of cool stuff. So Logan's going to be super excited because he gets to do all the detail stuff with the salon interior. Hoping we can knock this thing out by like early next week at the latest. It should coincide with us receiving the new parts for Typhoon. So, very cool. And then once this is done, that big 80-inch DeBoer Seaview is going to find its way over here. So that will be awesome. So, end of the day, shutting down. See you guys in the morning. Thursday, Logan's not feeling well, so he helped me for a little bit in the morning, and now he's kind of chilling and relaxing. This morning was spent, Logan worked more on the salon interior for our Nautilus build. I worked a little bit on correcting the typical gap under the wheelhouse. Got a little spacer underneath there, so there'll be no light leaks. Got it all drilled for LED lights, so that's going really well. Finished Seaview, super excited. We're gonna walk over. I'm gonna show you what that thing turned out like. Also, finally had a few minutes to diagnose that pesky leak. It turned out that there was a little bit of a little pinhole of a leak around the conduit inside. So. Got that all knocked out. This is ready to trim. That's what I'm going to work on here right away. And, yeah, let's go take a look at Seaview, shall we? So we're not quite there yet, but I wanted to stop and show everybody my Nautilus. You guys have probably seen it before. I think this thing's awesome. This is a 48 EFX Nautilus. Eventually, when I'm done my 66, it will go there. That's what the stand was designed for. But in the meantime, this is pretty darn cool and looks good where it's at. Got a little ripple effects module action going on up there on remote control. So, sorry. Got a little sidetracked. All right, here we go. This is the completed boat. You can see all that gorgeous detail that Logan put to the interior there. All lit by LEDs. The sail is lit with LEDs, shining up through those sail lights there. Super cool. And then in that technical manual, it actually looks like the sail part up in the top is like green, navy green. And I think it adds a ton of visual interest. Everything's not just like gray. Did panel highlighting in all of these flood holes and around all of the detail parts with some panel line highlighter. Got our Cadillac fins on the back. Rudders are all in. And as a little bonus to the gentleman that commissioned, we did build out the little mini sub and the bell. And then we've got the little scale flying sub that goes with it, and made a little placard. So this is what everything looks like. And before everybody comments, blah, 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 it's 8-window Seaview, didn't have flying sub, I brought that to the owner's attention, and he really didn't care. This was the kit that he had, this is the kit that he sent, but he really did want to have the flying sub in there. So that is what he got. Happy with how it turned out. Few little flaws in there, as you guys know. Had some issues up in here, but you just faint issues. You have to be like 6 inches away to see anything. So pretty cool. I'm gonna send the pictures off to him, see what he thinks. call this one done. It's Friday, end of the week. Let's see here. What did we do today? What did we do today? We
ran to storage to get a box so we can ship out.
We shipped out the Seaview, or we boxed up the Seaview. That'll be going out today, getting picked up. 3 other orders boxed up, and those are all ready to go. But all we've done is work on Nautilus. And the thing about this is, like, it feels like you're not making so much progress, but these are painstaking little steps. Like, all the painting that Logan's been doing, like the ship's wheel there. I'm installing, like, the LED lights inside this wheelhouse, cutting windows, getting this fitment perfect. I rigged up the hatch to be fully functional. And then Logan's doing all of the salon stuff. Looks awesome. Looks really good. So this has been based out. We're going to do some dry brushing. We'll make that look really cool. So I think the plan is we're just going to keep going on this all day. I want to knock this thing out. Get it off the bench. So end of the day on Friday. What do we all got going on here? So Nautilus is getting close to being ready for primer. A little bit more work to do on the salon. Got to install the lights in there. That'll be fun. Yeah, very cool. And we got the Type 7 out for final trimming. Got it all dialed in perfectionly. We found another little tiny, like, 1 drip every 4 minutes kind of thing on the end cap, so we're repairing that, and then this is good to go. It's going to get boxed up on Monday, shipped out to, well, let's see here. What do you say, ship on the 12th or something like that? Maybe it won't be right away, but at any rate, it'll be ready and off the shelf and not have to worry about it. Next week, finish up the Nautilus and haul over Seaview. Super excited about that. Seaview's going to be fun.
Yeah, especially now that we have that book going over all the different departments as well as the painting scheme for everything. We finally have some better
reference material, yeah.
Especially for the interior. Considering last time I did the interior, I was going off of other people's models that they had no reference material of, so a reference from a reference.
And the other cool thing, I talked the owner into letting us RC the little scale Seaview that goes with it. So it's about, I don't know, 8 inches across or 9 inches across. Maybe it's more than that, 10 inches across. We're going to RC that, and we're going to make the lower bay, open the doors, launch the flying sub. It's going to be epic. Super awesome. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to do a specific video series just on the Seaview for that. So, and I guess the other thing we got going on, we got Sharky 2.0. The last of the parts are printing. Pectoral fins are getting close. Well, no, they're not. They'll be done tomorrow. And we've got the stern of our STEM research boat for the kids in that mall, working with that guy. First part coming out. That's the stern of the boat. Turned out really, really good. So, what's going on? I guess with that, you got anything else?
I don't think so.
I think so. Both of us getting haircuts after work today. That's really exciting. You guys have an awesome rest of your weekend, and hey, we will catch you guys next week.